I had a babysitter who I had from about 3 to 6, who manipulated the babysitting position, told me that she was there, hired by my parents, not as a babysitter, but to kill me. And she used that to build trust in her. She said, luckily for you, I'm not gonna kill you. I'm gonna let you live, but you're gonna do what I say and you're gonna work with me. She was very verbally abusive, emotionally abusive, physically abusive at times, and then that turned into sexual abuse. Looking back now, that was all grooming for the sexual abuse between her and her boyfriend. I met at 14 a guy who was 19. He told me he loved me. He told me we'd end up being married. Part of the reason I finally went forward was that they had a list of over 10 girls from 12 to 16 who they had known he had been with. It's one thing to know that you have someone who loves you, who hurts you, but it's another thing to realize that you've been used the whole time. It was about a year and a half until I met a different boyfriend. I ended up being sexually assaulted by his father. He had a plan to use his trucking to take me with him, and he already had buyers who were gonna buy me at the truck stop. He had guns in the trailer. He would tell us that he was an ex-Navy SEAL and doing a lot of things to let us know that if you don't cooperate, you won't like what happens to you. When I went to the police, I had went only because of a 12-year-old and a 3-year-old being involved. I don't remember anybody asking, how is Steph? I just remember people being curious, what did Steph do? Things had gotten so bad between my parents and I that basically on my 18th birthday, I moved out with a guy I had just met. And he asked me what I wanted to do with my life. I thought about it for a couple days and said I wanted a baby. I just wanted to feel some bond to something. And I had felt so hurt. I knew that a baby couldn't hurt me. I knew that I just wanted something to cuddle and to hold and to call my own, because my whole life, my own body was taken from me. And after my son was a couple months old, I broke that off. I find a babysitter and she starts to ask me where I'm working. She tells me how pretty I am, and she starts telling me that her daughter works at Sapphires in Menasha, and she's a cocktail waitress, and she makes like $300, $400 a night. And I told her, I'm really not into that scene. And she said, no, I was thinking you could be a stripper. I never knew the truth, like Stephanie, the daughter of the king. I never knew that until I was 26. So here I am believing I'm garbage. I'm here to be used and to be hurt. I'm ugly and I'm a bad person. I always walked around with that. I saw other women who were successful and I thought, wow, I wish I could be like that, but I'm not, because I'm a bad person, because I was a stripper, because I'm a slut, because I'm a single mom with multiple kids for dads. I'm a sick, slutty, bad person. I really believe that. My rock bottom was having an abortion. When I did that, a part of me died. I will never forget the cramps I had. I'll never forget the way that pill smelled. It was just a horrible experience that I don't wish on anybody. But what I really don't wish on anybody is the abandonment of everybody around them, that they have no one there to help them. Because I literally had no one there telling me, I'll help you, there's other options. So after that happened, my drug use, way up. That was when I got to daily drug use. That's when I got to drinking myself to sleep, to taking so many things at once that realistically, it's a miracle I'm alive. So I cried out, like, literally, what do I do? I just screamed, what do I do? Because I didn't want this anymore for my life. And something came over me. I didn't hear a voice, but something said, come to church and I'll help you. The first sermon I was at, Pastor Episcopal preached on pain. And I asked my aunt, did you tell him I was coming? And she goes, no, but he knew. And I just started bawling and we both just cried there together. And that's when I knew, like, the light bulb went on, like, this is real and this is gonna help me. And I kept coming every week, and it's been years now. And everything's changed. God's been able to redeem the childhood abuse, being raped, the single mom piece, the drug addict piece, the stripper piece, the trafficking victim piece, the abortion piece, like everything that I was so ashamed of and caused me so much pain. I tear up now because it's become beautiful. I tear up now because I know it helps other people and because of what God's done in it. He's freed me from the pain of it. I would go to the women's ministry, to the Bible studies, and I would sit at the table and I wouldn't feel like I stuck out, like which one of these things doesn't belong. I was just walking around with this bloody rag all over me and just so much tears on me and so much dirt and so much from what I had believed for myself, from what other people had told me, from what I had just learned through the actions and the way I was treated and the choices I had made. And he just could set me free completely. It was amazing. And I finally was able to be vulnerable with people and be honest about things that I thought I had to hide. I go out in the community and every day I help people who are addicts, I help people who are victims of human trafficking and sexual abuse. And I think that's what God wants me to do. I think he's allowed all these things for a reason. And that's why I have Genesis 50:20 on my arm. That which you intended for harm, God has used for good, for the saving of many lives. Like, that's my story, and that's what I keep doing.